So let me get this straight. Last week we were on a 6-match win streak and we had to be in a number 1 contenders match. But right now the Exiled are the number 1 contenders and they have 5 wins in a row. That doesn't work for us. Since management can't do simple math, we are taking matters into our own hands.
That's right, we are directly challenging the Game Changers to a Champions Challenge match tonight. When we win, we not only get a title shot, but we get any stipulation we want. Game Changers, we want your tag team titles. Exiled, we want revenge on you for the sneak attack last week. And BCW management, well, you can
Thank you for joining us here tonight. This is the go-home show before the Urban Warfare pay-per-view. And tonight we got some huge stakes. We have implications that could really shake up some of the matches at the Urban Warfare pay-per-view, including our opener tonight, a 4-way elimination match. The winner gets to pick the stipulation for their pay-per-view match. Got some big stakes in our opener here tonight.
Standing 6 feet 3 inches tall and weighing 275 pounds, he is the self-proclaimed baddest man alive, Isaac Taylor.
And here he is making his way to the ring, one half of the Brotherhood, Isaac Taylor. And the match stipulation he's looking for at the pay-per-view is a last man standing match. He will be facing Grizzly Mac at the pay-per-view, and he wants him in a last man standing match. These two have faced each other before. Grizzly Mac came out with the win, but the victory was, it had a big asterisk beside it. I think Isaac Taylor's hand was in the rope during their first meeting, so throw in the ropes and the rope breaks out the window in a last man standing match. That's what he wants, and he's fighting for it here tonight.
He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall and weighed 205 pounds. He is a technical wrestler coming to us from Tehran, Iran. He is Amir Big Money Man.
And the tension between Amir Man and Cameron Lewis has been boiling since episode 1 of BCW, and the stipulation that Amir's fighting for tonight is a backstage brawl. I think he wants that backstage brawl because Cameron Lewis is so adept in the ring. He's that high flyer. He uses the ropes, uses all parts of the ring. So I think Amir Man wants that backstage brawl to neutralize some of the assets and advantages of a Cameron Lewis. Smart play.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Fancy Dan.
And our third competitor, Fancy Dan, he'll be facing the Tool at the upcoming pay-per-view. And tonight he is looking for a 2 out of 3 falls stipulation. The Tool and Fancy Dan, they faced each other a few weeks ago, and the Tool got the upset win. I think Fancy Dan wants to correct that with a 2 out of 3 falls match. He wants to beat him twice in one night, ideally. And sort of, if you can beat him twice in one night, that would definitely erase that win that everyone was calling an upset. So Fancy Dan looking for a 2 out of 3 falls match if he wins this 4-way here tonight. And our final competitor here is the big man.
Standing 6 feet tall and weighing 285 pounds, from San Francisco, California, he is Sweet Cox.
And of course, Sweet Cox, he will be facing Benson Hicks at the pay-per-view. And the stipulation he is looking for is a dumpster match. Well, of course, we saw Sweet Cox throw Benson Hicks into a dumpster backstage a few weeks ago. And I think he wants that dumpster match at the pay-per-view to add insult to injury, to throw him in that dumpster one more time. Not only pick up the win, but embarrass Benson Hicks on pay-per-view. And if Sweet Cox wins here tonight, he will get that dumpster match at the pay-per-view. All right, and the bell has rung. The match is underway. 4-way elimination match to kick off this go-home episode of Beyond Compare Wrestling. And for a match like this, just right before a pay-per-view, it is a 4-way elimination match. It's going to be grueling. It's going to be brutal. You're going to have to outlast the 3 other men in the ring. So it's a bit of a risk-reward situation here where you're competing in a 4-way match, elimination style, so you're going to have the endurance, you're going to have the strength, you're going to have the agility, you're going to have all your assets on display here if you want that bonus, that caveat, that extra little something at the pay-per-view, if you want that stipulation of your choice. But this is going to do a lot of damage going into the pay-per-view, so it's not a match for the faint at heart, but I think the reward outweighs the risk. So we're going to see who gets the win tonight and who has a bunch of momentum going into the Urban Warfare pay-per-view. You outlast 3 other men in a match, that is a huge boost to your momentum gauge. So let's get into this one here. So far we have Sweet Cox and Fancy Dan going at each other, and we have Amir and Isaac Taylor. Lots of wild moves in this match so far. So many bodies in the ring, and it's just a collision everywhere. Had a meeting of the minds right there in the middle between virtually everyone in the match. Amir Man with a big drop kick to the face, that jumping calf kick. And Amir grounding his opponent. Sweet Cox with a big boot to Fancy Dan's face. And Sweet Cox just hits him with that bear slap, almost like a double axe handle, and just picks him up and throws him down. When it comes to this match, I think the 2 men that might have the advantage are a Sweet Cox and an Isaac Taylor, just purely based on the size. To be able to get them up and throw them over is going to be a bit of a tall task unless you can team up with someone and get them to help you throw them out. But Sweet Cox setting him up in the corner for that big kick, that girthquake. That could be it. This could be over now. Fancy Dan could be out too. And Fancy Dan kicks out. Sweet Cox with that girthquake, and he's telling him to bring it. Isaac Taylor posing up for the crowd. Of course, the Brotherhood and Amir and Mac, they've been facing each other for weeks and weeks and weeks. And at the pay-per-view, it's going to be Cameron Lewis taking on Amir Man. It's going to be Isaac Taylor facing Grizzly Mac. And a big pounce there. Rocking Amir Man in and out. Isaac Taylor goes for the cover. Can he do it? 2. And gets him. Quick elimination for Isaac Taylor, making short work of Amir Man. Wow. Oh, and Isaac Taylor, that's the blackout. His finisher's the blackout. 2. And Isaac Taylor puts away Fancy Dan. 2 quick eliminations in short order. That was within about 30 seconds of each other. But can Sweetcox take advantage? Is he going for that groin claw? And he is locking in the groin claw on Isaac Taylor. Isaac Taylor did all the work, but is this Sweetcox's match to capitalize on? Has he done enough to do it? And Isaac Taylor kicks out. That was Isaac Taylor doing all the heavy lifting, but Sweetcox learning from Dirty Don, ever the opportunist to swoop in, hit a big move, and pick up the win. Sweetcox is firing up, hitting a lot of big shots on Isaac Taylor. That jumping clothesline. So this match started off real hot, real fast, and we are already down to 2. Isaac Taylor is looking for a last man standing match against Grizzly Mac at the pay-per-view. And Sweetcox is fighting for a dumpster match against Benson Hicks. Oh, and is he going for another Girthquake here? Setting up Isaac Taylor. He did it once already. Goes for that 7-10 split again. Hopes to not go for the pin. Is he going for that groin claw? He is. Just ripping and tearing. That is a move there is no way to prepare for. There's no way to train for it. You just got to gut it out. Can Isaac Taylor do it? 2. Oh, and just kicks out at the last second. A last bit of fortitude for Isaac Taylor to kick out of that one. He wants that last man standing match at the pay-per-view. He wants the momentum too going into that match. Both these men, they've had a few rocky matches in their last few outings, so they want the win here tonight. They want that momentum. They want that stipulation of their choice. Sweetcox with the forearm on the face goes for the lateral press, and Isaac Taylor kicks out. And this is what you want to see. This is what BCW is all about. Even right before a pay-per-view, these two men are coming out here. They're ripping, they're tearing, they're clawing for everything that they want in this company. And that's just something that you love to see. The thrill of competition, wanting to come out here and see who's the best, wanting to get the wins, wanting to move up the rankings. And that's what both these men are doing. Oh, but Sweetcox trying to pick up Isaac Taylor, but he can't do it. Both these men very similar in size and weight and power. We got to give a little bit of the power edge to Isaac Taylor. He is probably pound for pound one of the strongest and most explosive wrestlers on the roster. But right as I say that, he gets his back broken by Sweetcox. Sweetcox is so durable. He had that 5-star classic with Tofik a few weeks ago, right before our random draw event. And that was about 20 minutes of him and Tofik, just two big men trading shots. So Sweetcox has the endurance. When it comes to endurance, I think Isaac Taylor's endurance is running out with all these groin-based attacks. Oh, and he's going for it one more time. Will this be it? Can the groin claw put him away this time? Just wincing in pain. There's no way to protect yourself. And goes for the pin. Could this be it? 2. And Sweetcox wins. You cannot blame Isaac Taylor in this one, because look at this. In slow-mo, it's tough to watch. You cannot take that many groin-based attacks and kick out. It just wears you down. Everyone who's been hit there, they know what it's like. It is just like hitting the pause button on the human body. You just are writhing in pain. And eventually you cannot fight through it, and that's what Sweetcox did to Isaac Taylor. Just a barrage of big moves. Very sound covers, covering the mouth, forearm to the face. But you can't blame Isaac Taylor. He did everything he could to try and win this one. He got 2 eliminations in this match, but in the end, Sweetcox picks up the win, and he gets his match of choice, a dumpster match against Benson Hicks at the Urban Warfare pay-per-view. That will be something to see.
Here is your winner via pinfall, Sweetcox.
All right, and we have our second match here tonight, a handicap match, 1 versus tag rules. We have Victor Payne taking on Pedro Loco and Liam Connors. I think Victor Payne is sending a message here tonight to Tofik to say that not only can he win a match right before the pay-per-view, but he can beat 2 men. We're going to see if Victor Payne can do it here tonight. Handicap match for a second outing here on BCW.
He stands a towering 6 feet, 9 inches tall, and weighing in at 375 pounds. He is a freestyle wrestler who comes to us from Berlin, Germany. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Victor Payne.
And here he is, 6'9", 375, Victor Payne. And he's coming out here to send a message to Tofik. Of course, Victor Payne and Tofik will be facing each other at the Urban Warfare pay-per-view. We'll get into it in just a minute, but Victor Payne has had a bit of a mini rivalry with Pedro Loco and Liam Connors. But he's coming out here tonight and facing him in a handicap match. If he can pull off the win here tonight, that would be a ton of momentum going into the pay-per-view. But if he loses, that's going to be detrimental to his winning streak that he's had. Undefeated in BCW, and you do not want a loss right before a pay-per-view.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Liam No Honor Connors.
And here we go, Liam Connors coming to the ring. Of course, he faced Victor Payne on that special St. Patrick's Day episode, that Belfast street fight. Victor Payne came out with the win on that one. And Liam challenging Victor Payne on that night to get a little bit of revenge for his tag team partner Pedro Loco. Pedro Loco faced him a few weeks before that in the first match of 2023. It was David versus Goliath. Victor Payne versus Pedro Loco, and well, Liam Connors, he took umbrage to that and he wanted to face him on St. Patrick's Day. The luck of the Irish did not favor Liam Connors, though, came up short on that
one. Ladies and gentlemen, the luchador Pedro Loco.
And of course we have Pedro Loco, a fan favorite. He's the lightest, the youngest, and the fastest on the roster. And when he faced Victor Payne on that first episode, that first match of 2023, he came up short, but that was a true David and Goliath story. That was the biggest man on the roster versus the smallest. And to be honest, Pedro Loco looked really good in that match. There were flashes where he was doing some really good moves, getting in some offense, but Victor Payne is the question that no one has had the answer for. And here we go, the bell is rung, the match is underway. Handicap match here tonight, the first time we've ever had a handicap match here in BCW. And normally I'd say going into this, a competitor would be at quite a disadvantage, but when it's Victor Payne, when you're the biggest, the strongest, when you're undefeated in BCW and you can do moves just like that, just walk it all over your opponent, something so simple as just walking is absolutely crushing when it's Victor Payne does it. 375 right across the sternum, right across the stomach. That could damage your organs, that could do some big damage, that could damage your spine. If he steps a little higher, damage your ribs, get one of those floating ribs with 375 crushing down on it. And a huge shot there, just clubbing the back of his head. But that's the advantage that Victor Payne has that everyone has to contend with. Oh, and what's this? Power bomb to the outside. Power bomb to the outside. That is going to smash up Liam Connors' back. man, when you're coming out here and you're trying to win a match, it's really all about doing as much damage as you can to get that pinfall. Wear down your opponent and pin him or make him submit. And Victor Payne is coming out with a huge lead in the damage department on that one. A power bomb from the inside of the ring to the outside. Victor Payne is 6'9", and when you add the height of the ring plus the height of Liam on his shoulders, he's coming crashing down probably about 15 feet to the floor. That's like falling out of a second-story building right on your back. And Liam smartly gets out of the ring. Now he tags in Pedro Loco. Let's see if Pedro Loco can fare any better. He's got to be elusive and abusive. Victor Payne is coming out here with a mission to deliver the pain in short order. Oh, and Victor Payne just showing him that it had no effect, and Pedro Loco with a Rana there. Oh, that slap had almost no effect. Oh, and just barreling him down. Wow, when you're that big like a Victor Payne, just the size of Victor Payne's quad is about the size of the whole torso and shoulders of a Pedro Loco. Giving up a little over 200 pounds. Oh, and goes for the cover here. Pedro Loco kicks out. The combined weight of Pedro Loco and Liam is about roughly the weight of a Victor Payne. Pedro Loco's about 165. Liam's about 200, maybe just a skosh more. So when you add up their weights together, it equals one Victor Payne. That is just some context on how big Victor Payne is. And a big, huge European uppercut in the corner. That could have knocked him out. This could be a knockout victory. 2. And get some real quick victory there. Wow. That is impressive. I think that might have knocked him out. It's officially registered as a pinfall, but that could have been a knockout shot. Referee was getting in there. He was getting that 3 count, but that could have been a knockout. Wow, Victor Payne comes out here. We were talking about momentum in the last match, but that is momentum in spades for this one. Coming out here, beating 2 men. I mean, I don't know how much was left in the gas tank of Liam Connors. He got obliterated, tagged in his partner. His partner got obliterated, and Victor Payne walks into the pay-per-view to face Tofik with a ton of momentum. Wow.
Here is your winner via pinfall, Victor Payne.
Oh, what's this? Oh, Liam Connors. Liam Connors just kicking Pedro Loco in the groin right there. Wow, did not see that one coming. Liam Connors just absolutely obliterating his partner. Pedro Loco was halfway to being knocked out. He got his brain scrambled for sure, and then to follow up with that kick to the groin. Why has Liam Connors turned on Pedro Loco?
The following contest is your main event of the evening, and it will be a tag team match.
And here we go. We have a tale of the tape for our main event here tonight, a Champions Challenge. And we got NSFW and the Game Changers, and I think the biggest X factor is win streak. Game Changers are on a 9-win streak. They're the tag team champions. NSFW, they lost last week, but prior to that, they were on a 6-match win streak. They are one of the top teams in BCW, and they're looking to shake up the pay-per-view tag team title scene here tonight with this Champions Challenge match.
Put your hands in the air.
The following contest is a Champions Challenge match. At a combined weight of 420 pounds, they are the team of Jordan Jones and Travis Watts. NSFW, not safe for wrestling.
And here we go, NSFW. Jordan Jones on the left, Travis Watts on the right. They faced the Exiled last week and they came up on the short end. But they are here tonight to try and mix it up. If they can win here tonight, they will shake up the tag title scene for the pay-per-view. Of course, if they win, they get a title match with any stipulation they want. Oh, and there's a little something there. When NSFW is in the house, you get a little something special when you're in the front row. Just flipping off and swearing to the crowd. That is trademark NSFW.
Making their way to the ring at a combined weight of 465 pounds, Adam Ace and the real deal Jason Shields, the Game Changers.
And here we go. We have Adam Ace and the real deal Jason Shields, the BCW World Tag Team Champions, in action on the Go Home show before a pay-per-view. They are competing here tonight in the 10-Minute Champions Challenge. They will be defending their tag titles at the pay-per-view. Right now it's against the Exiled, but if NSFW can pick up the win, this could shake it up. And of course, we will go over the Champions Challenge rules again. If the champions win, the challengers are banned from receiving a future championship match. If the challengers win, they will get a World Tag title shot with the stip of their choosing. And if the time limit expires, a panel of 3 judges will determine an unofficial winner. Things are getting shook up real good here tonight, right before the pay-per-view. We're going to see if NSFW can pull out the win here tonight. And the bell is rung. The main event is underway. Champions Challenge match, 10-minute time limit. Can NSFW get it done? And goes for a quick cover. Real sense of urgency from Jordan Jones. Owen went for a springy move, but he was a little too far away. Maybe a little overzealous there, of course. NSFW, they got the clock against them. They gotta win. They gotta get that pinfall or submission. They gotta get the pinfall or the submission, because if the time runs out, it will go to the judges for an unofficial decision. If the time runs out, it's technically a draw. So they gotta win. That's what the Champion Challenge brings. It gives the challengers that chance to really capitalize, but you got to come out and you got 10 minutes to do it. You got no time to waste, and there's big risk and big reward with a Champions Challenge match. Now we got Adam Ace here in the ring. Jordan Jones takes him over to his corner, looking to make the tag, I'm guessing, to Travis Watts, and he does. Going for some double team offense here with a big back body drop. Smashing him in the middle of the ring. And this could really, as I was saying, this could really shake up the tag title scene for the upcoming pay-per-view. If NSFW win, I guess the Exiled would have to just wait their turn. If NSFW, they get a title shot with any stip they want, so I'm assuming they would choose to cash it in at the pay-per-view. Or maybe they'll just cash it in after the pay-per-view. Maybe they'll let the Exiled and the Game Changers, maybe they'll let them fight it out at the pay-per-view, and then after the pay-per-view, maybe they'll challenge then. So it's really up in the air as to what will happen if NSFW win. They are in the catbird seat at that point. They will have the stip they want. They will have the title match of their choosing when they want it. So it could really shake it up, and it's not a bad maneuver. It's that 11th Hour Gambit from NSFW where it really puts them in the catbird seat. They are not a fan of the Game Changers. They are not a fan of the Exiled. So they might just get the title shot, let them beat the hell out of each other, and then pick the bones of whoever the winner is at the pay-per-view. So we have just over 7 minutes before we find out what is going to happen at the pay-per-view potentially. Of course, if the Game Changers can shut them out, That just removes a challenger for their titles, and they can put their full focus on the Exiled. Well, Travis Watts rolling out of the ring there. Jason Shields telling him to get in the ring. Oh, and Jason Shields, he goes after Jordan Jones. Often doing a bit of damage there, and not a bad strategy from the Game Changers. Of course, the Game Changers, a few weeks ago, they competed in a Champions Challenge match. They faced Pedro Loco and Liam Connors, who we just seen in our last match. They are not a tag team anymore. Liam Connors turning on Pedro Loco, so the Game Changers, they have a bit of experience in these Champions Challenge matches. The Champions Challenge, it's a real awesome addition from BCW management. If you're on a hot streak, if you're thinking that you can take out the champs, you challenge them at any time, and if you win, you get a championship match with the stip of your choosing. And up until last week, NSFW, they were on a 6-match win streak going into that #1 contenders match. They have been putting in the work, they've been putting in the miles, and they've been getting the wins. So there was a small setback last week, but that was a barn burner of a tag match between NSFW and the Exile. They could have went either way, but Travis Watts just got that midsection obliterated, and he got hit with that DDT, and the Exile pick up the win. But NSFW, they're one of the top tag teams in BCW, and they almost got the win there. One of the top tag teams in BCW and the world. The Game Changers, they are 9-0. No one's been able to beat them, but I think if anyone has a shot, it's NSFW and the Exiled. So, when Jordan Jones getting cocky there. Oh, and Jason Shields with a big super kick. He's put people away with that super kick. That's his finisher. Follows it up with a suplex. 2. Jordan Jones kicks out. And NSFW, they get all the credit for their shenanigans, for their swearing, for their flipping off of the crowd. But their resiliency, and right there is on display, they have incredible resiliency. They can take the punishment and just keep coming back. They are sound strategists. They have a lot of advantages that I don't think we talk about enough. They're very cerebral competitors, but they have that funky style. They come out here showboating. They come out here swearing and flipping off their opponents in the crowd. They definitely know how to play the mental aspect and the mind games in that way, but they can do a lot of damage. They are a very credible tag team. Speaking of credible, Adam Ace off the top rope. Usually Adam Ace does not go to the top rope as much as Jason Shields, so that could have been a mistake there, and with just under 4 minutes left, you do not want to be making a mistake like that. You don't want to give NSFW anything to capitalize on. You want to shut them down and shut them out. So Jordan Jones, what's he going for here? Opts did not go for the rolling cover, but to grab the leg. Smart maneuver there. Took him that extra second, but I think hooking the leg was the move there. Rarely ever when you do that sunset flip and you just get the legs over top of the shoulders, do you get the pin? So I think switching it up and going for it was the smart one on that one. It took that extra second, but I think it was a smart maneuver. Adam Ace going for... He's going for the rage quit, that curb stomp. That could have been a flash knockout. Looked like it rocked him. Travis Watts, was he rocked? And he kicks out. Of course, Travis Watts was pinned last week. He had his ribs obliterated by Ultimo Nightmare and Xander, and then he got hit with that mark of Xander, so his head could still be a little loopy. I definitely think Jordan Jones is the fresher man on the team. And Jordan Jones is back in the ring. I think they knew that as well. He goes for a big punt kick right to the face of Adam Ace. And smart strategy there. Taking Adam Ace to his corner, to the red corner, and just hitting those big punches, cutting him off from his tag partner. I think right now they might be focusing in on Adam Ace to try and beat him. Maybe they know something we don't. Maybe they feel he's the weaker of the two of the Game Changers. Oh, and a big miscommunication there. You cannot have that with less than 2 minutes into this match. You cannot have that with 2 minutes left in this match. But they are getting him on the outside and they are looking to do some big damage. And that's fine, you can do the damage, but with less than 2 minutes left, you got to get him in the ring. You do not want to get counted out either. You don't want to get counted out, but you got to do the damage. And showboating it allows Jason Shields to get in this match. Allows Adam Ace to make the tag. Jason Shields in now. Oh, and a big drop kick to the face. Jason Shields so good with those kicks, especially that super kick. What has he got here? Takes him into his corner. Oh, he's looking for a tag. Oh, and beautiful tag team move there. Oh, and the big kick. This could be it. Super kick to the face. 2. Oh. And we are less than a minute left. Jordan Jones coming up to break up that super kick. But it looks like Travis Watts is rocked from the big DDT last week and the super kick right now. Oh, and a huge DDT there. Travis Watts is getting his head smashed in. He is getting loopy in this one. And we got 30 seconds left. Can the Game Changers or NSFW put it away? And it looks like the Game Changers are rocking. But there's a tag to Jordan Jones. Can Jordan Jones make something happen with less than 20 seconds left? Adam Ace cuts him off at the pass. Kicks him to the back. We are at 10 seconds left. I think we are running out the clock. I think this is a draw, and this will go to a judge's decision. And it does. Officially ruled a draw. The time limit has expired.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time limit for this match has expired. Therefore, the match will officially be declared a time limit draw. However, we will go to the judges' scorecards for an unofficial decision. Our first judge scores the bout in favor of NSFW. Judge number 2 scores the bout in favor of the Game Changers. Our third and final judge scores the bout in favor for the winner by split decision, Adam Ace. And the real deal, Jason Shields, the Game Changers.
And there we go. The Game Changers pick up the unofficial win. It was a split decision, but in the end, the judges felt like the Game Changers did more than NSFW. They are moving on to defend their World Tag Team titles against Exiled at the pay-per-view. Congratulations to the Game Changers here. Oh, and what's this?
I told you we were coming for you and those BCW World Tag Team titles. I'm about to get revenge on everyone who has wronged me, and you two-handed me my first defeat in BCW. Well, it's time to correct the mistake at the PPV now. We have secured the BCW World Tag Team title opportunity. With Ultimate Nightmare on my side, we're going to take those tag team titles by force. And make no mistake, we are not treating this match as a wrestling contest. This is a fight. This is a rule where you have to do everything in your power to just survive so you can still have a career. The fantasy is over. The magic is gone. The dream is now a nightmare, and the exile are the ones who will be winning the gold.
Pedro, listen up. You are a loser. We haven't won a single tag match in BCW, and now we lose a handicap match. You are pathetic. You are an anchor dragging me down and drowning me. I hope that beating didn't scramble your brains too much, because I want you to understand this. We are done.
Alright, and let's go over the card here tonight. In our opener, we had Sweetcox winning that 4-way elimination match. He will face Benson Hicks in a dumpster match at the pay-per-view. Then we had a 2-on-1 handicap match with Victor Payne picking up the win. But the true story of this match was the post-match, where Liam Connors turned on Pedro Loco, absolutely obliterated him with that shot to the groin. And then in the main event, it was the Champions Challenge match. The Game Changers pick up the win via split decision. NSFW were trying to play the spoiler here tonight, but the Game Changers came out with the unofficial victory. It was officially declared a draw. But the Game Changers go into the pay-per-view to defend their titles against the Exile. And speaking of the pay-per-view, we have the full match card for that event. It will be a 3-night event, and as we've seen there, a dumpster match. Sweetcox will be taking on Benson Hicks. Then we have the Great Gomez versus Slug in a singles match. We have the Tool versus Fancy Dan. And we have a 6-man match. We have the BCW Dojo versus the SJPW Dojo, who will steal Dragon Pick as his partners. Then we have Cameron Lewis and Amir Man in a grudge match that's been brewing since day one. Grizzly Mac and Isaac Taylor, they will hook it up in a rematch. Victor Payne and Tofik, the two biggest men in BCW, locking horns. We have the Exile versus the Game Changers for the World Tag Team titles. And this just added Liam Connors versus Pedro Loco in a grudge match. We have an open challenge from NSFW. We have that Kiss My Ass match. Sergio Gomez versus Byron Cassidy. And the big one, the main event, BCW World Title, Kensho taking on the champ, Dirty Dawn. Thank you for joining us here tonight, everyone, and we hope to see you at the PPV.